This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Karen Beach, and this is the Journey Step by Step Christian Podcast. Now, I'm going to do this show off the cuff because there's something weighing on my heart that I feel that I need to share. Over the weekend, there were 2 mass shootings, both in Dayton, Ohio, and in El Paso, Texas. As of today, over 30 people combined lost their lives. Some were going out with friends in Dayton. The people in El Paso were in Walmart doing a lot of back-to-school shopping. And in both cases, unsuspecting people, lost their lives. The gunmen in both cases were people that were known to have struggles. And a lot of times we talk about gun control, gun violence. We talk about the mentally ill and taking care of them. But for me, from a Christian standpoint, it goes a lot deeper. To me, it's not about a gun problem. It's not about a mental health problem. It's about a human problem. For years, and those of you who've been listening, you may or may not know that I don't have kids. But for years, I've watched people raise beings, but I don't know if I would really call a lot of them people. It's one thing to dress a child, to have a roof over a child's head, send them to sleep at night with a full belly. Those are your needs. And taking care of those basic needs, to me, I'll be honest, doesn't make you a parent. It makes you a caregiver. If you're going to be a parent, then the way I look at it, kids come to us. They come into this world as empty vessels. And as a parent, it's your job to fill that vessel. Not just to make it look pretty on the outside, but to fill it. And when I was growing up, I remember learning about compassion, empathy, patience, caring for other people. And right now, I'm frankly not sure that happens anymore. I mean, I knew a guy once who was proud of the fact that his 3-year-old son, he'd gotten his 3-year-old son a subscription to GQ magazine because he was going to be one of the most well-dressed people in the school, in the preschool. Really? How about sitting down and reading an actual book with the child? How about really teaching that child what it means to have character and not just be a character? As Christians, I think we have a role to play. I talked in my new blog. I started a blog called afaithwalk.com. You can read my posts. You can listen to this podcast over at afaithwalk.com. But one of the blogs I wrote was called It's Good to Be Bad. And by bad, I used BAD as an acronym for believe, act, and do. As Christians, we pretty much know what we believe, but how we act applies to what we do. And then what we do applies to what we're doing for other people, what we're doing to put our faith in action. So we believe what we believe. It influences how we act. And then it is carried out through what we do for others. And I think in this situation, in these types of situations, and to be honest, I'm not even just talking about the mass shootings that are far too common. I'm talking about the regular shootings that happen so regularly that they don't even make the news half the time. I'm talking about all of that, and I'm talking about the need to fill people up with care, with compassion, with love. How do we do that? I don't know. I guess we start by feeding the homeless. We start by visiting the sick and the infirmed and showing the young people that there are people that care, that there are people that, for lack of a better phrase, give a damn, and that they matter, and that at its basic core, life matters. Your life matters. The life of people next to you matters. Shooting people and taking their lives should not even be an option. We all know it says thou shalt not kill, but what we need to do is give people a reason not to kill, not to solve problems with guns or knives or whatever else they want to use. We have to convince people that life is precious. Somewhere along the lines that got lost. Somewhere along the lines we stopped teaching people to value what is most basic of all. And that is life, living, getting up every day, sharing a meal with your family and friends, laughing at stupid stuff, bonding with people. Where has that gone? I don't know. I mean, people can talk about the proliferation of guns. You can talk about the lack of mental health care, and all of that is important. But what is even more important to me is lighting a fire, turning a light on inside of people and letting them know life has value. We were put on this earth by Creator, and our lives matter, and the lives of those around us matter. I don't know where that's gone, but for far too many people, it's lacking. And I think as Christians, our challenge is, what can we do to get that back? You might not be able to reach the parents, but how do you reach those kids and give them a hug and give them some individual attention? How do we do that? Because until we do that, we could pass all the gun control laws, we could have mental health experts and professionals at every school from daycare through high school. But until we address that lack of empathy, that lack of caring, that lack of anything worth having and being inside of these kids, nothing will change. I mean, there was a kid here last year that got in a fight and he shot and killed another high schooler. And do you know what the kids around him did? They all made sure that they backed up enough to get a good shot when they recorded it on their phones. They weren't trying to stop a fight. They weren't trying to go and get help from somebody who was qualified to stop a fight. No, they wanted a good shot of it so they could upload it on their social media. People, something is wrong. Something is terribly, terribly wrong and needs to be dealt with. What are we raising? What are we raising? What are we teaching our kids to be? Is it okay as long as they've got money in their pockets? Is it okay as long as they're wearing the latest overpriced tennis shoes? As long as they have those trappings, is everything else okay? Is it okay that we're raising a group of people that just don't give a damn? What do we need to do? What needs to change as Christians? What should we be doing to put something in someone's heart? To have that light within them that glows from the inside. What can we do to make that happen? Because until it does, this is not going to change. It won't. I could go on and on about this, but I'm not going to because I've pretty much said everything I want to say. If I were to go on, I would just be repeating myself. But as Christians, we need to do better. We need to do better. The Lord challenged us to go out and evangelize. And my favorite passage is when he tells Peter in John 21, go out if you love me, feed my sheep. We need to feed them not just food, not just physically meet their needs, but we need to meet their needs emotionally, and we need to meet their needs spiritually. That's what it means to feed his sheep. That's what it means to me to be a Christian, to go out and do for people. That D and bad. You believe, you act, and then you do. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is going to be an extra post. I don't really have anything else to say. Outside of this, it will be in addition to what I have on my site. I hope you listen to this. Maybe you'll look at the blog, maybe you won't. But at the end of the day, I challenge you as well as I challenge myself to just think about what needs to change. What can we do? How can we be a blessing to people that desperately, desperately need it? I guess that's it. So until next time, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And I hope all of us, myself included, pick up that challenge and learn how to be a blessing to others. Thank you.